What if? If? What? What if we offer a small child a box? We know that child wants to know what's inside the box. It's part of what we call childlike curiosity. But something worries me. As we get older, we seem to be more interested in the box and less interested in what's inside it, the contents. Now, I have a personal fascination for maps, old school maps. The kind of map that you need to learn how to hold and how to fold. The kind of map that's got coffee stains and dog ears and memories from the places it's taken you. When was the last time you drew a map? You created a map for yourself. How long ago was that? What do we use maps for? They discriminate, delineate, help us to navigate, describe, depict, include, and exclude. Whilst some things are on the map, a lot is not. So of course we use maps to get where we want to go. Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What if you could consider yourself as a map? What if you were as curious about yourself as that young child is about the contents of the box? So let's think of ourselves as maps. As you are now, how would you describe yourself? Catalogue, confirm. The is, your is, as you are now. Oh, of course, you'd go for the known, for the safe, for the predictable, for the complacent, the habits. And of course, into that map, we'd all build our personal acceptance of limitations. And perhaps somehow embedded in that map is a reluctance to challenge ourselves, a reluctance to take ourselves to places we've never been. So what if we accept this proposition? Why should we think of ourselves as maps? I'll tell you why. Because it might lead to something fabulous, something incredible, something you've never thought possible. Not through confirmation, but through exploration. What if we thought of ourselves as maps with vast, unexplored areas? Think of the possibilities, the vistas, the ranges, the voids, the valleys, the dimensions that lie within you. And all of these are unique to you. And the further into uncharted territory that we venture, the more we discover things that we didn't think possible and things that change us. Rainforests teeming with emotion, oceans glittering with imagination, plains shimmering with mirages of faith, and peaks soaring high into the sky, into the clouds of reason. The paradox, of course, to all of this is that you'll never know how much you don't know until you go. The undiscovered, the nameless, terra incognita. The Burke and Wills expedition in 1860 travelled from Melbourne in the southern eastern tip of Australia to the north, to Gulf of Carpentaria. They were searching for an inland sea that apparently existed, which would, if true, make navigation into the interior of the continent possible. How do we know about this expedition? Because only one man came back alive. There was no inland sea. The rest of the expedition died trying to find it. So, exploring the new, the uncharted, carries risk. Now, what's new in you? There's no turning back. He's gone too far. That's pretty extreme. She's testing her limits. You're out of your depth. I feel like I'm going over the edge. He's lost his way. We're in no man's land. I don't know where my moral compass is anymore. And we've all gone beyond the point of no return. These are the terms, of course, that we use to make the metaphysical physical. That's not a whole lot of crap. We're talking about a map. Entering uncharted territory, of course, carries risk. Risk brings reward. And how many of us dare test ourselves by venturing into that space to discover what we wished we didn't know, or what we wished we'd always known? Now, the discovery of the self, well, that's all very well. I think we're all for that, aren't we? What about the discovery of others? Doesn't that bring risk, greater risk? Danger, fear, the unknown, the strange, the foreign, the unwelcome, the threatening. My personal favourite from childhood storybooks, of course, quicksand. So what if the desire to explore ourselves could be transferred to others, that we could share that, and in so doing not only explore them but ourselves in the process? Or are we just satisfied to content ourselves with the box but not the contents? Imagine yourselves in the largest library the world has ever seen. There's a book there that's been written by every single person who's alive, you included. And every single one of those books is being written as it lies in the shelves. You're paralysed. Which book will you reach out for? Will there be a book there that tells you something you wished you'd never known? Or will there be a book there that changes everything you had ever known? And it's through discovering others as well that we shine light on ourselves. This is the wisdom known as Ubuntu, that we are only complete through our interactions with others. Byzantium, the ancient kingdom, now more or less the area of Turkey, but once enormous and vast, rich and powerful. The craftsmen in Byzantium were trained to make mosaics, which could be carried on and built, constructed, created by their descendants, by craftsmen who followed them, because these works were so elaborate that it was well understood it was unlikely that any craftsman would finish it in his own lifetime. Now, can you imagine starting something that you know from the beginning you can never finish? Now, imagine starting something that not only can you never finish, but no one else can finish. Would you start? Would you even bother? What would stop you? This work, it finishes with you. It's your map. You are the work. You are the mosaic. It's my map. It's your map. They're our maps. And are they always destined to remain incomplete? I wonder. Now let's think about that box. Why should it be only childlike curiosity? The complexity, the richness, the beauty and the mystery. It may be hidden, but it's accessible. What if